Hi, I'm Vanessa Kynes, and I'm a Pinterest marketing strategist for creative small businesses. I help creative businesses craft traffic generating Pinterest marketing strategies. On my YouTube page, you'll find Pinterest tips. Today's video is all about 5 tips for getting started blogging. First tip is to create an editorial calendar. This can be as easy as grabbing a piece of paper and coming up with 10 different blog titles of blog posts you would like to write. Take those blog titles and get into an app like Google Drive and grab a calendar and just schedule them out 1 week in advance. By posting once a week, you can communicate to Google that you're an active blog, and by having them in the calendar, it gives you a whole week beforehand to prep for that blog post. By doing this, I feel like it creates a little bit of accountability for you to get it done. The second tip is to use basic SEO guidelines to create your post. Now, I am not an SEO expert, but I do know that it's important to use keywords in both the title and even in some of the headings of your blog post. Do some research on what the best SEO tips are and try to include those in your blog post. The third tip is to have Pinterest-friendly images. Of course, you knew I was going to say that. By having a Pinterest-friendly image, you're going to encourage your reader to pin your content onto Pinterest to gain more virality and more exposure that will hopefully lead those pins back to your website. So right now, Pinterest recommends pins that are between 600 and 900 pixels. You can even go up to 600 by 1500. The important thing to remember is that you have a call to action on the pins, so that means some kind of text overlay that tells people what the content is about. Images that have a text overlay perform better than images without, according to Pinterest. So just make sure you have at least 1, maybe even 2 pins per blog post that people can pin to Pinterest. The fourth tip is to include a call to action. Now, everybody should have at least 1 opt-in freebie to their email list, and make sure that within the blog post you have at least 1, preferably 2 places where people can opt in to receive that opt-in. I like to include an opt-in about halfway through the post for the people who don't make it to the bottom, and then definitely at the bottom. And by doing this, you're going to grow your email list exponentially. The fifth tip is just to be consistent and to be yourself. Write in your voice. Don't try to be someone else, and to be consistent. And sometimes it seems like it's difficult to start something new, but I promise the more you practice and employ the 4 other tips I just mentioned, the easier blogging will become. Now, and especially if you're utilizing my Pinterest marketing strategies and blogging consistently, you're going to see traffic drive to your site. Thank you so much for joining me on this video on 5 tips how to get started blogging. If you're looking for more Pinterest marketing strategies, you can subscribe to my YouTube page or visit my blog at vanessakynes.com, where you can opt into my freebie, a free Pinterest startup guide, which is going to get you started using Pinterest for your creative small business.